What's up, friendly neighborhood nerds? If you want to hear interviews from industry pros, get first looks, and have access to endless comic content, wake up. Please wake up. You're in a coma. Your mother misses you.
What's up, friendly neighborhood nerds? This is Judah Rad, and I'm here with Robo Strange. Today we have a very, very special guest. It is my honor to welcome award-winning novelist and I think first-time funny book writer, Christa Faust. She's written Bad Mother and with Michael Deodato Jr., and we really dig it. So thank you so much for being on our show. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm first time adjacent. Well, I mean, I've done a couple of other projects, yeah.
You
Okay.
did.
Still in the early parts of figuring things out.
You on the on Comixology, it shows that you wrote a Silver Sable deal. That's correct, right?
I did. That is correct. Nazi punching for the win.
It's
Okay.
always appreciated.
Always applause. Always applause. But I also co-authored a semi-autobiographical graphic novel with my pal Gary Phillips, which is called Peepland, and it's sort of based on my own experience growing up in New York City in the 80s and working in the Peep booths in Times Square.
Awesome.
Well, I really dig Bad Mother so far, so I'm absolutely going to have to follow up and check those things out too.
Yeah. For people watching, most of the people we interview, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna gush, right? I promise you it's authentic, because if we read something and we were like, this wasn't good, we typically don't reach out to have them on the show. So if it's on the show, that means we love it and it's sincere. Bad Mother is awesome. Every issue is a hit. I don't want it to end. What made you want to write it in the form of a comic instead of pitch it as a show or anything else?
Well, I was invited to be part of this project. It is not a solo project for me. I was working with a team along with Axel Alonso and Mike Deodato, and we knew where we wanted to go with it, but we all sort of brought our own specialty, like the getaway driver and the box man and, the backup. That's, how we kind of broke it down like a heist. And for me, the thing that really attracted me to that project was, I love telling stories of older women. I feel that as we age, women become invisible in our society. You pass what Amy Schumer referred to as the last fuckable day, and then, you're gone. You're not even an entity anymore. And my question was, how can you use that to become a superhero? That invisibility.
Nice.
The cloak of invisibility. And also because I feel that, I myself have no kids, but, mothers are badass. I mean, they manage shit that would send the Punisher crying.
Right.
Because if you can organize a birthday party for 12 8-year-olds who all have different gluten intolerances and, if you can manage something like that, you can kill somebody.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely. 100% agree. I have 2 kids and agreed. Co-signed.
Kids are basically little monsters that we have to deal with.
Not a fan, but I'm glad other people are managing it.
So this story, totally awesome. Can you go into a little bit more detail about how this idea came about? And then I have a follow-up question, which is 5 issues enough for this story? Because we're on issue 4, and I'm like, it's going to be over in one more issue, and I just don't know if one more issue is going to cover it.
Well, I mean, for that, you'll just have to wait and see.
Right.
You tell me if you feel that it was enough time. I feel that the idea has legs, that if you wanted to go other places with it or continue the characters, that option is available. But otherwise, I feel like, I like short, contained. That's one of the things I love about film noir, where it's one bad night, like the setup, where they see the clock at the beginning and you see it again at the end, and it's all contained within this tense, tight framework.
Right.
And that's kind of what we were trying to do with Bad Mother.
Yeah. I think when you give something like that to comic book readers who are like, no, I want 30 years of this story until I'm tired of it.
Right. I want a spin-off. I want
I want 78 tie-ins. No, I'm kidding. So I would be extremely shocked if this doesn't get picked up to be a show or something along the lines of like The Americans or Taken or something like that.
Breaking Bad.
Or Breaking Bad. Yeah, Ray Donovan. We have a list of shows that I could really see Bad Mother just really thriving in. Do you or anybody on your team have an actor in mind to play April Walters?
I would. Hi, doggies. I would like to see an unknown. I would love to see somebody that we don't already know. You know, somebody that's, you know, a new face would be great. I think Melissa McCarthy would be a pretty good, solid choice.
I could definitely see that.
Even maybe somebody a little bit younger. But I think it's a really juicy role, and I think there are a lot of older women in Hollywood who would just love to get their teeth into something like that.
What about Kerry Russell? What do you think about Kerry Russell?
Do I know who that is? Give me what is she in?
She's the leading lady in The Americans.
I haven't watched that show.
Okay.
So I don't know, but I'll take your word.
That's what I saw, but yeah. I agree. I would like to see an unknown in this, definitely.
Yeah.
But it's so cinematic that I couldn't help but, as I'm reading, like picturing it, you know, in live action.
Exactly. And again, I mean, you can go beyond the ending. I mean, it isn't wrapped up in such a way that everybody dies and that there's no possible way forward.
Ooh, spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, because you were all worried that it was going to end up with like just bodies all through the suburbs.
Like the end of a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Hey, there's only 5 issues, and at the end of issue 5, the bad guys win.
Everybody.
Everyone.
What was it like? So, Mike Deodato Jr. is fucking amazing. What was it like working with him?
Well, we were kind of separated because obviously, I mean, I'm in LA, you know, he's in Brazil. We didn't really have a lot of interaction. So I had already written the script before he had a chance to see it. So we didn't have a lot of back and forth for that project. We are currently working on a new project together.
Ooh.
I feel like there was a little bit more toing and froing. And so that was...
We're definitely going to try to milk some more information from you about the project.
It's not a secret. It's been posted about. It's called Redemption, and it is a post-apocalyptic Western starring a queer older gunfighter who is kind of like a female Money from Unforgiven.
100% gonna read the hell out of that.
So
yeah, it's very gray. There are no good guys or bad guys. You know, everybody is just trying to get through the day. So
yeah,
it's like real life.
So we talked a little bit about issue 5 and the things that are not going to be surprised. So everyone's not going to die. There'll be some like magic, like nuclear option there. Without giving spoilers, what can we expect from issue 5?
Well, I mean, it's a Donnybrook. You have these two, you know, powerful female characters. You know, this is like Sigourney Weaver versus the Alien Queen. You know, this is
mother
like
versus mother.
Drag out, fight to the death because moms don't play.
I'm so glad you brought that up. I'm so glad you brought that up because to me, Aliens is the quintessential movie about motherhood.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, mother on mother, like how do you contain that much fury? That's so much fury in a comic book. I'm very excited.
So that's where we're headed.
Awesome.
So before this, and I apologize for coming off as stupid, but the truth is I don't really read many books that don't have pictures. We're pretty much comic book fans. I think I speak for Robo as well when I say that we don't really do a lot of like grown-up reading, but before this you did write some pretty well-received crime fiction. Who are some of your literary inspirations, and what draws you to crime as a genre?
Well, I went through sort of a funny evolution. I mean, I consider myself to be a reader first and a writer second. And, you know, I'm not going to hold it against you that you don't read books without pictures because I don't read the ones with pictures. So, you know, Jack Sprat, fat and lean, we'll make it work together, right? But when I was a kid, I read a lot of hard sci-fi. And then, hormones, puberty hit, and I got really into horror. That was like a big, splatter punk, that type of thing. And I turned 30 and it was like, ooh, crime fiction, because I became fascinated in the ways that there are human monsters, that people do monstrous things for what they view as justifiable reasons. And for me, the heart of the type of crime fiction that I love is stories that are not a whodunit. I'm not a big fan of like locked room Agatha Christie, like the butler in the pantry with Colonel Mustard or whatever.
With the candlestick, yeah.
That's never been my jam. Those kind of stories can be fun, little puzzle blocks to play with that, when you're hungry for something like that. But for me, the types of stories that really stick out to me are the ones that are not about the heist. It's about the way that people come apart in the aftermath. It's about the way that people betray each other and themselves.
Very Elmore Leonard almost.
Exactly. And so, yeah, I mean, that's what drew me to that genre, first as a reader and then obviously later as a writer.
Cool.
Dope. Shifting gears just a little bit. We're all in lockdown. I think California, where you're at, you guys are entering. Have you guys entered the next lockdown, like hard lockdown?
We're in the purple phase.
I don't know what the colors mean. Is that bad? Is that high?
It means we're fucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a writer. I don't know about you guys, but like lockdown is what I do. Like I have no pants on right now. Okay. I am a work from home ninja. I know how to do this.
Sometimes we do a pants check, but since you self-identified, we'll skip what we can skip that.
Okay. This ain't that kind of podcast, okay? No, thank you.
Yeah, but we're not writers and we don't make our living from home, but we are kind of introverts. We're the kind of people that want to make plans, but when people cancel those plans, we're like, thank God. So really the pandemic has this lockdown, actually part of it, not the rest of it, has been perfect for us. But during this whole thing, what are you doing besides writing? What else do you nerd out on to keep yourself sane in the house?
I just had a blast working my way through. We had a virtual international film noir festival. Was all online that I just was loving. When I was halfway through the actual real world film noir festival that I attend every year and I write it up, when we got shut down in March. So this is the first time that they're trying to do something a little bit more virtual, and so we're able to like live tweet the movies and chat with our buddies. And, it gives a feeling of like a community sharing something, but at the same time, I feel that, being able to see a lot of these kind of films at home opens them up to people who would not necessarily be able to go to the theater, if not because of distance. Maybe they have a disability, maybe they need subtitles, maybe they have children or they're caring for an older parent, they can't leave them, but they can still participate. And I think that's kind of awesome.
Yeah. If people wanted to get involved with something like that, is there an organization or a website or?
I don't know. I mean, if you are interested in film noir and if you want to read my latest article in the Noir City Sentinel, which is about noir ladies of a certain age, such as myself, it's my favorite film noir characters who are over 40. You can go to noirfoundation.com and help preserve America's noir heritage.
Awesome. We'll make sure that link is in the description.
Hell yeah. So, what? I know you touched on this earlier. What can we expect, comic book wise, from you going forward in the future? Is this what you do now, or is it just a detour, or is?
No, I like to think that I'm diversifying my portfolio. I mean, I've had a blast with it, and I'm doing another project that I'm not able to talk about yet with AWA. But I also, I really enjoyed working on Peatland, which was just really for me. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason to limit my methods of storytelling. You know, I'm happy to stretch as far as anybody will let me.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited.
That's super dope. That's super dope. Ladies, gentlemen, NBs, that is Christa Faust. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us. It's freaking awesome. Bad Mother is metal as fuck, and you all need to go out and get it. It's out on Comixology. Order it from your local comic book store if it's not already on the shelves. It's awesome. Go read it.
It's like 2/3 metal, 1/3 punk.
There you go. Don't forget to wash your hands. Thank you for voting. Remember, this shit is not over. Stay socially distanced, wear your mask, and stay out of the fucking bars so we can go back to normal. That'd be super awesome. Thanks.
Thank you for voting, but if you live in Georgia, still vote.
We're out of here. Wait. Before you turn it off, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for making it to the end. I also have a couple things to ask. First, don't forget to take your sexy ass to the description and find the links you need to support this creator. But almost as important, if you liked this video, smash that like and subscribe button while leaving us a comment telling us who you'd like us to interview in the future. Stay nerdy.